that. And but what I like to do is this for this here. I like to cut it, slice up even 3 pieces like this.
Oh, sure.
So like this, when you eat this here,
You know it's there.
right, and so forth.
Right.
And also when this here is a little bit more done on this side over here, what we do is this here, we take a little bit of garlic, a couple of cloves of garlic. Let me get my knife over here. We smash it down a little bit, so like this you have the taste of the garlic. But the reason why I didn't put this here in the beginning, and I'm going to wait a little longer, for the simple reason that I want the chicken to cook a little bit. I just didn't want the garlic to burn.
Yes.
So what we do is this here. Yeah,
It doesn't taste too good if it's burned.
No. But we take this here and also see the way it seals it on the bottom when you have that
sure
piece over
does.
here. So, okay, there we go. And while we do this over here,
Looking good.
We'll wait another couple of minutes, and then we'll do this here. And on the chicken over here, we put the salt and pepper, a little bit of oregano, a little bit of fresh parsley because we use a little bit of butter, and we use the garlic and we use the fresh mushrooms. Then everything comes together. The reason why I like to use a little bit of sauce is because I like to change the color.
Oh, sure.
See, I want the sauce to be a little bit on the reddish side. So in order for me to do this over here, I need to put a little bit of sauce to change the color, and which I'm going to show you how this over here will really change colors.
Oh, great.
So, and I tell you, this is a fantastic dish.
It's
At the
smelling
restaurant,
good.
It even tastes even better.
Yeah, I'm sure
You know,
it does.
At the restaurant, we sell an awful lot. The guys in the kitchen, they really do a great job. Of course, most of the people that come are 2 guys from Italy. They see me that I'm in the front, but I have a lot to do with the menus, the recipes that we have, and we put everything together. But we are very fortunate. As today, I have one of the guys in the kitchen that is helping me out, and I think we became very good friends. I think he's a wonderful chef. And I think that, that he learns a little bit and I learn a little bit more. We learn from each other.
That's
And
right.
we work together, and that's the main thing about all this. And even with my boss, Daniel Sarno, between him and I, we got about 50 years of experience in Italian food.
Wonderful.
So, a lot of people call up and they say, make me something. A lot of times what I do, I challenge the people. And I say, well, if you don't see something on the menu, let me see if I could create it for you.
Great.
And sometimes people do that, and I love to do this here. So what we do is this here. Let me get the mushrooms over here.
Now I was going to ask you, if somebody didn't have any of their own marinara sauce, could they use a
Sure.
a jarred one from the grocery store?
Anything they want to do, anything that they have that it changes the color, that's fine. Hey, a lot of times that I did something like that and I need to change the color, I took a teaspoon of ketchup.
Okay.
I put it in. Even though the ketchup is a little bit on the sweeter side, you don't want to do that. But let's cut up the mushrooms.
Okay, great.
And what we could do is this here.
Save a little of their leftover sauce when they make spaghetti, and then freeze it.
Right. If you put it in the freezer, you could use it later. That's fine.
Beautiful.
But I like the mushrooms inside there. I love mushrooms. And what we're going to do is this here. With this here, what we're going to do, we're going to make a special salad.
Oh, yes.
And the salad over here is really a lot of different colors. And I think it stands out, and I think it's a fantastic salad. Once in a while, we use it at the restaurant, and people could come in and say, okay, this is where, what I want, and they have an opportunity to taste a lot of different things. And I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. So let's do this here. And this over here is going to cook it another couple of seconds.
Okay.
And we could come back and do this here.
Okay. Should we
we'll let
that continue
cook.
And we're going to have Frank coming up to make his zucchini salad.
There we go.
Before we get to that zucchini salad, we're going to let Frank show us what has to take place next for our wonderful chicken recipe.
Of course, you know that we already done one, so people see how everything is done. But this over here, we need to put the mushrooms inside here. We put the mushroom here. We put the Marsala wine inside here. We put the sherry wine, and this is cooking sherry. And we could put enough over here any way you like it. And I'd like to put a drop of water inside here too.
All right.
And let's not forget the butter.
Ooh, that's going to thicken that sauce up.
Yeah, that's going to thicken it up a little bit over here. And what we do is this here, when we change the color here, we have the tomato sauce, a little bit of tomato sauce on top. We don't have to use the whole thing. That'll be fine. And what we do is this here, then what you do, you let it simmer. Just don't forget, if in case you need a little bit more juice, put a little bit more wine, or put a little bit of sherry, put a little white wine, put a little bit more water, and it's no problem. This over here is already heating up, so let's put this on the bottom. Over here, we save it, and what we do is this here, we're gonna make the salad.
Okay.
And we put the tomato sauce and the sherry on one side here.
Now, do you have to cook that covered or uncovered?
Uncovered would be okay. You could cook a cover, but uncovered is fine. Like this, you'll see more or less what's going on.
All right.
On the side over here, we have a beautiful bowl over here, and we have the yellow zucchini. And you could buy at the store, it's good season now, they're a little bit more expensive. We have the green, and we have some nice tomatoes. So we cut the ends over here, we put them on the side. There we go. And with this over here, what we need to have a little bit of garlic and a little bit of basil with this here. See, we cut it up. Don't do that at home because you have a problem with this here. And I don't want you to cut yourself. Say, hey, you know, the guy did that, why not?
Yeah.
This is a wonderful.
You had a little bit of practice
There we go,
at it.
I had. And we have the zucchini, yellow zucchini here. If in case, you can always cut it in half and slice it up like that, but I usually leave it just like half a dollars or quarters or silver dollars inside here. There we go. And we have that. Now we have a red onion. You can put as much red onion as you like. I usually put about half. So there we go, put it on the side here. And usually when you buy the onions, if you get a flat one, usually they're a little bit sweeter.
Oh, a flat one is sweeter than the big round
Yes, it
one.
is.
Hey,
See,
that's a good thing
what a
to
wonderful,
know.
What a wonderful color that we have inside here.
Beautiful.
And this here, what we're talking about, plum tomatoes, which a lot of you guys know as the Roman tomatoes.
Yes.
Okay, so we take this here, we take the ends off here. We already washed them out. And you could cut it as small or as big as you want.
Oh, great.
There we go.
What
Take
a
the end out.
colorful salad.
There we go. And this is what makes it really a nice, colorful salad. This makes a fantastic salad. And this, on this salad here, you could do a lot of things with it. You could just use olive oil, which that's what we use at the restaurant, or you could use regular oil, canola oil, whatever oil you choose that are, you know, a little bit less fattening. But I love the virgin olive oil. I think is better for you and is really, really great. There we go. And this is the color salad that we have inside here.
That
We
is
take this over here. We have a little bit of garlic here. We take it and we chop it up, or you could crush it down.
What
There
was
we
that,
go.
about 2 cloves?
Yeah, about 2 or 3 cloves. As a matter of fact, if you see that they're a little bit big, what you do is you put a little bit less. But I love to do that, and we need to have a little bit of basil over here, and fresh basil. Pretty soon you can start growing your own, and usually that's
Yes.
what I do. I grow my own because I love it, and I put it in all my salad. I mean, can you smell it? It smells
Yes,
fantastic.
it does. It smells
And makes
just
everything
wonderful.
taste great. You need to have oregano, a little bit of dry oregano inside here, but quarter teaspoon to a half a teaspoon. The same thing with salt. The salt you do according to the taste. If you
Sure.
want a little bit more, you put a little bit more. If you want a little bit less, you put a little bit less. You could use a little bit of garlic powder, but it's not necessary in this salad here. And make sure that we have a little bit of black pepper here. And this is the way it looks like. Now what we do is this here. This here we're going to make it with balsamic vinegar. And balsamic vinegar, I think it is great. I love it. Everybody likes it. And the people that haven't tried it, I think they should.
Yes, it is
Because
wonderful.
it's really great. That makes everything else, you know, come to life and so forth and this and that. You put about, let's say about 3 tablespoons of that. And of course we have to use the regular pure olive oil, which is virgin olive oil. And we use that. You could use this for cooking. You could use it for anything else that you want. You put the oil inside here, and you put about maybe, and let's say 5 tablespoons.
Okay,
Also-
almost about 2 to 1.
Yeah, you need to have 2 to 1.
Oil to,
And the reason why I do that, because when I mix a little bit of juice on the bottom over there, what we need to do is this here. You can always dunk your Italian bread inside
oh, would that be
there.
wonderful?
And, you know, me and my wife, we make this at home, and we really love it. So that's what we do it. And we take it, of course, you know, we toss it, and we mix it up. See? And I want you to know that this here is a fantastic color.
Beautiful.
And it's really, and I tell you, it tastes fantastic. And anybody that hasn't done that could do that, and it's not too expensive to make this kind of salad. And it's
No.
very, very healthy for you. See?
Wonderful.
And this is what it looks like. And it
That's
says you have the red
beautiful.
onions, you have the yellow zucchini, green zucchini, and the tomatoes are fantastic. Pretty soon we're going to start having great tomatoes.
Yeah,
and the red
won't
onions,
that be great
everything
again?
brings everything out, you know, inside here. And on the chicken over here, what we have done with the chicken over here, as you can see, this here we have made it before, and the sauce with the mushrooms and everything. And see the way I was telling you about changing the color of the
Yes,
sauce?
it does. It
It
really
changes the color.
does.
But like I stress you, like I said before, if you see that it's not cooked, keep it on the fire a little longer, let it cook, make sure that it's cooked. And it really doesn't take that much to do this
No.
here. You could do this here with ham. You could use prosciutto, you could use American cheese, you could use the mozzarella, of course, in Italian. This here was originated to be Italian
Yeah.
chicken rollatine. And and it's fantastic, and I hope that you have an opportunity to come to the restaurant to try some
Try it.
new dishes on the menu, and I think that you're gonna love it. This is a fantastic dish.
It is.
And it's really,
looks-
really great.
It smells wonderful.
Well,
and
thank
we're
you,
gonna-
thank you very much.
We're going to let our audience know that if they'd like a copy of this evening's recipes, if they'll send us a self-addressed, stamped, business-size envelope and mail it to the following address, being sure you do include the title of this evening's show, which is Cooking with Frank Amendola, Part 3, we'll be happy to get those recipes to you. Well, we're back with these fantastic recipes that Frank has prepared for us this evening. We have our chicken rollatino, and we have our zucchini salad, and we have some wonderful Italian bread here. Frank, this looks fantastic.
And it even tastes even better.
Yes, we're all just salivating, waiting to try
Yes.
this. Now you have a couple of bottles of wine here. What
Yes, I
wine
do.
would you suggest?
I tell you the truth, I like the red wine, so I probably will have the red wine, but this is a type of sauce, this is a light sauce, so you could have either or.
Either or,
Yeah,
either one.
but personally, I love the Rufino Chianti. We have the Rufino Chianti, and this is Mansi Suave, which is a fantastic Italian wine also. We have it at the restaurant, and whatever you choose to have with this here, both of them are complemented really, really well.
Okay.
And
One question I have to have for you, Frank. When we all make pasta, we've got problems with it. We're never quite sure when the pasta is done and why it sticks together after we put it on the plate and put it on the table to serve. Can you help us with this?
the reason why, too, is this here, that when you cook pasta, normally what you have to do is this here. A lot of people, when I say this here, and even when I tell you, you're going to start laughing. Because of it, you have to listen to your pasta. When you're cooking pasta, you have to listen to it. You know when it's cooked and it was not cooked, because when you stir it, when you first put it in, you make it a little better noise. And as it gets to have a little bit more done, then you see that the noise comes a little bit easier. But a lot of times, people do a lot of different things to make it stick. And what we do is this here. A lot of times what you could do, you could put a little bit of oil. So that makes creative, but don't put too much because you don't want the pasta oil oily. Otherwise, what you do is this here, before you drain it, you put a little bit of water on top, a different temperature water. So that makes that cools it down a little bit, so it makes it a little bit more wet, so that doesn't make stick a little bit more. But what I love to do, the best thing I do like to do of all, I usually take a scoop of tomato sauce, a little bit of cheese, and I mix everything together in it, inside the pot.
After you've drained it?
After I drain it. So like
Okay.
this, when I'm able to serve it, I serve it on a dish, then I put the quantity of sauce that I want on top of it.
Oh,
So, that makes it a little bit easier for people, not to make everything stick and so forth, And,
yeah, because that's always a problem, and I think, well, I must be cooking it too much.
No, not really.
Now, when you drain it, should you put water over it?
I normally do, unless you are ready to serve it right away. If you serve it right away, then you don't have to. But if you wait a couple of seconds to get it, especially if you have a big party, and you have 5 or 6 different people, if you take a little bit of water and you put it inside there, or leave a little bit of water in the pot, instead of draining it all out, leave a little bit of water on the bottom and toss it. So like this, it makes it easier for you, especially if you do spaghetti or you do fettuccine.
Right.
Or linguine or whatever it might be. So it makes it a little bit easier for you to pick it up and then put it. But don't leave too much water, because then the sauce makes a little bit of water and the pasta makes a little bit of water. So you
Yeah.
have too much
Then-
water
then
on
it'd
the
be
bottom.
kinda swimming around there,
Yeah, it
yeah.
starts swimming too much. But otherwise, beside that, but you know what I told you about cooking the pasta? Listen to the pasta. Listen, when you stir it, listen to it. Because there's one good way of doing it, and knowing that it's done, you listen to it and it tells you exactly when
Just
it's
tell
done.
you. Well, thanks so much,
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Frank, for coming and preparing these wonderful recipes for us and your tips on how to cook pasta.
Thank
too.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me here.
And thank you, too, for watching. And we hope you'll tune us in again next time for Addie's with Cooking. Good night.